Writing America's story is built on turning points moments where everything changed forever. Some were victories, some were tragedies, and some were steps toward freedom and progress. But each of them shaped the nation we live in today. Let's count down the top 10 moments that changed America forever. 1. The Declaration of Independence, 1776. On July 4th, 1776, the colonies declared independence from Great Britain with powerful words: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. America was born. This moment was not just about breaking free from a king. It was about setting a foundation of democracy that would inspire the world. It wasn't perfect, but it began the American experiment. 2. The U.S. Constitution, 1787. After independence, the young nation needed structure. The Constitution was created, laying out checks and balances, separation of powers, and individual rights. It was bold and revolutionary, and it still guides the country today. This document has been tested, amended, and debated, but it remains the backbone of American democracy. 3. The Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation, 1861-1865. The Civil War tore America apart, but it also marked the end of slavery. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring freedom for enslaved people in the Confederacy. By the end of the war, the Union was preserved, and the 13th Amendment abolished slavery entirely. This was a defining step toward justice, though the struggle for equality continued. 4. Women's right to vote, 1924. More than a century, women fought for the right to vote. Finally, in 1920, the 19th Amendment was passed. This moment gave millions of women a voice in democracy and marked a huge leap toward gender equality. It also showed that America could evolve and expand its promise of freedom to more of its citizens. 5. The Great Depression, 1929 to 1939. When the stock market crashed in 1929, the U.S. plunged into its worst economic crisis. Millions lost jobs, homes, and hope. But it also led to major reforms, like Social Security and workers' rights protections, through Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal. The Great Depression reshaped the government's role in everyday life and changed how America handled crisis. 6. World War II and America's rise as a superpower, 1941 to 1945. After Pearl Harbor in 1941, America joined World War II, and everything changed. The war effort pulled the U.S. out of the Depression, united the nation, and ended with America as a global superpower. The sacrifices of soldiers abroad and workers at home forever transformed the country's identity, and America emerged as a leader on the world stage. 7. The Civil Rights Act, 1964, nearly 100 years after slavery ended. Discrimination and segregation still plagued America. The Civil Rights Movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., brought nationwide attention to injustice. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act was signed into law, banning segregation and discrimination. This was one of the most important steps toward fulfilling America's promise of equality. 8. The moon landing, 1969. On July 20th, 1969, millions watched as Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This achievement wasn't just about space, it was about proving what America could accomplish with innovation, courage, and determination. It inspired a generation to dream bigger. 9. September 11th, 2001, 9/11ths. On a clear September morning, America was attacked in a way it had never been before. Thousands lost their lives, and the world seemed to stop. The impact of 9/11ths reshaped U.S. security, foreign policy, and how Americans saw their own vulnerability. It was a tragedy that united the nation in grief and resilience, and its effects are still felt today. 10. The digital revolution and social media era, 2000s present. The rise of the internet, smartphones, and social media has completely changed how Americans work, communicate, and even participate in democracy. From online activism to instant global connection, this era continues to redefine what freedom, privacy, and community mean in modern America. Closing. These 10 moments, spanning centuries, tell the story of struggle, resilience, innovation, and change. America is far from perfect, but its history is shaped by turning points that continue to inspire and challenge future generations. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these moments do you think changed America the most? And why? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love exploring history and powerful stories like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next deep dive into America's most fascinating moments.